What's up, guys? Yo, what's up, everybody? What is up?
The Countess has escaped.
How are we doing today? I'm great. How are you? What's up, Riley? Did you have fun last night? No music. Oh, shit. Good point. Let's get the music going. Good call. Dude, there was a point in the raid last night where I was very slowly starting to lose my cool because I was like trying to explain the fight. I'd be like 40% of the way explaining it, and then people would start asking me questions. It's like, guys, if you just would have let me finish, I would have answered your question. Like, can you let me explain and then ask me questions? Is that something that can happen? I was very close to losing my mind there. Like, I worked on it very, very in depth, like before we got to the raid. So I had like a certain way that I wanted to explain it. You want to thank me from Germany for my content? Thank you, man. Thank you for being here. Aha. Yeah, like some people, they said it in a nice way. They weren't being rude, but they were asking if I could speed up the blood boil explanation. And I was like, well, I could try, but did you also notice that no one fucked up their rotations at all? Like, no one fucked it up. No one. And that, people fucking up the rotations, is what makes you wipe. So the fact that we had no fuck ups there is pretty valuable. So I definitely think sometimes we gotta just sit there and talk about the fight. I think we just gotta chat for a moment.
Hugo, no need to rush. All right. Goodbye. Hello. All right, of course.
I'm gonna open up paint, or instead of paint, I'm actually just gonna go here. Just gonna write that down. One day this is going to be a beautiful guide. Today it's just a piece of shit. Save those for later. Need to use paint. Paint is what will bring everybody in. It's a good idea. What do I think is the best character when it comes to farming expedition? Well, my first answer was going to be anything ranged, but there are some melee classes that I think that can just stand in there and just tank everything. I don't know. Arc totems is pretty good for a grand expedition. You just lay the 6 totems there, and they just zap everything dead. Pretty damn good. Okay. Am I still doing run practice? I'm not. Now I'm just continuing with this guy, and we are going to make this into a full build now. No. I promised that I would be done. So we're just leveling this guy up so I can see... we can see, exactly how to build this. And keep in mind, I am not building this for speedrunners. I am building this for new players, so I just need to figure out... what is... a good setup for the babies. Okay. It's very easy to farm XP on grenades, actually. Yeah, Plant Daddy should be very good at grand expeditions. You just shoot gas grenades, and then you roly-poly twice. And that's pretty much it. Gas grenade. Bomb. Holy. Calculated. Okay. Oh, a unique crossbow? Okay. This could be cute. Oh shit, I forgot there's multiple waves. Slightly difficult because never have any survivability. Oh, okay. Going again. Let's see how good the early game crossbow is. Isn't it actually horrible? Like, it's actually terrible. It's worse than a rare one. Yeah, that thing's not even good. You grenade character, the grenade guy was your first character ever? I have never been a big fan of crossbows, but that is okay. Can't be a fan of everything. I don't like how clunky it is, but it is certainly playable. You can certainly play with it. Bum, bum, ba, ba, da, ba. You just make this constant stream of bombs. See, I don't know. Does accuracy matter for grenades? Doesn't look like I need any accuracy at the moment. I won. Hope I get to relax from yesterday. Oh, thank you, Carl. Yeah, I'm just gonna not speed run anymore, and then I'll be chilling. Yeah, we're chilling. I think is accuracy where you fire the grenades. I have a feeling it's, well, I guess I actually never thought of that. Like when you fire a lightning arrow, it travels so fast that when it hits versus where you stand, I have to imagine it's from where you fired it. But I'm actually not sure on that. That's actually a great question. That's a great question. So I don't even know, do I care about reload speed for grenades? This is what I want right here. So this is a billion times better than mine. And so is this. So now that I'm 16, we can try to make the greatest crossbow ever. So what I will do is I'll take these two, transmute them and aug them. So they both actually did very well. I got really good flat damages on both of them, but we'd prefer lightning, right? I got another really good flat damage. This one's worse for sure. And another thing we could do is if he sells another crossbow, we could aug this one. That one's not very good, so then we alch it. I guess let's buy the other one too. Transmute, aug it, terrible. So now we... See, I think this one's worse than mine. I think we go with this one. We got two really good flat damages on it. I don't know. This crossbow I have is very good. The issue is we don't have any artificer orbs. So I can't add sockets to this crossbow. I don't think this is going to be that big of a damage increase. Let's see. Yeah, it's not that much. But when we hit the next prefix, it might save it. So I need a new everything, really. Everything that I have sucks. I just buy this just to have a body armor. Is there a new patch? I don't think I heard anything about a new patch. Wendy's needs to come to Poland. I can't sit here and say Wendy's is bad. I mean, if anybody's going to Wendy's, we're going to Wendy's kind of deal, but Wendy's is not considered a top place to go around here. Culver's is the goat. Yeah, you never go to Wendy's when Culver's exists. I guess we have to go toward the...
What's with all the parchment? Practically papering the walls.
Did you miss something about a new PoE2 patch? Nope.
All these statues still just as...
There's just nothing really to play, nothing super interesting to play at the moment, and I have a lot of guides that I need to make for PoE2. And the only way I'm going to get to make them is if I log in and make them, because contrary to what some people believe, I don't actually steal people's builds. I log in and I play it myself and I figure it out. I don't know why I have to say that after 7 years, but there are still some people out there that think I just steal people's builds. If I steal people's builds, why do I log in and make level 1 characters and try it? I don't get it. Why do I do that?
Someone's fighting.
Hi, Rax. Every time I come to your stream, you're in Act 1. Do you need help? I do need help.
Hold them back while I open the gate.
Well, still works.
Yeah, I'm super interested in minions. I love that archetype. I will absolutely make a minion build. I will likely have 4 fully made builds on launch. At 1000%, I will have Plant Daddy, of course. I'm going to finish Arc Totem right now. Then I'm going to make Essence Drain Contagion perfect. I've already made it. I already made it before. I already have an Essence Drain Contagion guide. But I will, I'm going to go back to it and make it perfect. And then, Varnish Crossbow is... That's a terrible one. So people said if you revive at checkpoint, the girl will teleport to you.
Hold them
Okay, nice. The Arc Totem is Gemling Legionnaire, yes. Yes. Let's do that one, because that one I can use. I can make my guy stronger immediately. Pressing the wrong buttons, by the way. See, here I don't know what to do. I could break their armor, but we do almost all elemental damage, right? I'm thinking maybe magnified area could be very good, because the whole point of the gas grenades is just to make a big old farty cloud, right? What happens when you get done with all the acts? What's next? Now you get to actually play the game. Now the game actually begins. You get to do the entire Endgame, which is a huge mega system.
Joke on this!
Noxious sector. The Madaketh will fall. But the Madaketh will fall by my hand.
Need more time!
Wrath for the king. The Madaketh will fall by my hand. I tried to seek peace, and the Sycamores disgraced me. Rot in the south. This time, we choose war.
Grenades, please shoot, detonate, please.
Finish this.
Jesus!
Make haste! He must not escape! Quickly!
My God,
He
just
conjures the
leave,
very
can he?
sands against us! This is no natural sandstorm.
You love my videos you've been watching for all your D4 playthroughs and updates. You taken a 4-month break. Should you get back into PoE 2? PoE 2 is always the answer, my friend. PoE 2 is always the answer.
I hear you.
Wow, flat damage, flat damage, flat damage. If only we could use crossbow or quivers. I can't even use that.
Browse as long as you like.
Could try this. We could go boink, boink. Oh god, we don't want that one.
Guide you.
How many acts is the campaign gonna be? Yeah, so we currently have 4 acts, and we're going to have 6. 1 second here, guys. Give me 1 second here, guys. What's going on with my guy? What? Hello? My guy? Something is very wrong here. Okay, now it's working. Oh my god, what was that? My guy was just... It was like an alien was playing my guy. Like, he was just doing random... Firing random skills at random... I don't have any macros on any of my keyboard or mouse. I don't understand what just happened there. That was crazy. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's fixed now. I don't know what... That must have been some extreme lag or something. Like it was pressing skills that I pressed like 10 seconds ago. That was crazy. It's fine now. That was so weird.
Need more time.
Murdered. Go down racks for a free amulet. Oh, there's a free amulet in this zone. First of all, we need this. We need to do the season mechanic here. Well, I don't really want any of this. Let's take the whetstone. Iron Ring. That would have been good in Act 1. I think Iron Rings now are a gigabait. I think what I need now are resistance rings, right? Where's the free amulet, Lord?
Joke on this!
There's a fight here, isn't there? We didn't find the snake girl. Okay. Oopsie.
Slippery shite. Not yet. What fresh nightmare is this? Not yet. Snakes. Need a sec.
Okay.
Disgusting creatures.
No problem killing her. Boink. So let's see here. We have the choice. I don't know if I'm willing. I don't know if I'm really willing to give 50% increased grenade detonation time. I think we got to take everything else for grenades, right?
I hope this place doesn't bloody cave.
You went beside it by the lantern. You can go down. You went beside it by the lantern. I went beside an amulet. Like, I'm sorry, what? Lantern. What? Where do I get an amulet? You mean in here? Or checkpoint. Use checkpoint the other one. This one? This one. This one? What's up, Grant? How you doing, buddy? I haven't. Is that better than using grenades? I was just using grenades to detonate them. The zone has 2 places where you can go down. So you're saying there's another place where I can go down and it will give me an amulet that I haven't found yet? There's another place in the zone where I can go down and it will give me an amulet. Okay. Hey, Newt. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope you're feeling better about everything, man.
My pockets are full.
Hope you're doing okay, man. Just remember this. We still have Chipotle, right? So everything's okay. What's up, Rax, the prime leader of the Arc Totem builds? I don't know about that, man, but what's up? Yeah, we're so far this leveling build is it's weird. It's very clunky, but I'm used to the clunkiness, so I don't even notice it really anymore. I just expect to do damage like 5 seconds after I actually want to. You just get used to it after a while.
Need a sec. Not yet. Need more time.
It's so clunky, but you do get kind of used to it. I'm pretty used to it at this point.
For fortune? No. And coming back for you later. Take this.
Okay, we have the season mechanic. The skill gem might give me a level 2 skill gem, right? Ruby ring. This is probably way better than mine, no matter what rolls on it. Let's get the amethyst ring going. Let's get the ruby ring going. Certainly that's better than mine. Oopsie. You've been trying to send me a document of all console problems for a month along with the clips. If you're trying to send... I asked you... I asked you about this PoE. I've asked you about this a couple of times, but every time I ask you, you're like already gone somehow. Send me a message on Discord with your document. Send me a message on Discord with your document. Yeah. I appreciate the document. I'll forward it to Jonathan. Thank you for doing that. And I'm not mad at all, but I think this is like the third time I've told you to do that. I'm not telling you that because I'm mad at you. I'm telling you that because I've been reading what you've been saying. I think you think I'm ignoring you. I've asked you 3 times to send it to me on Discord. Again, just telling you to prove to you that I've been listening to you. I remember you. You're the mirror tier plant daddy guy with the new planners saying that we should add armor to the build, right? Like, I think people think I don't pay any attention to chat. It's complete nonsense. Anyway, it's all good. Send me your document. I will send it to Jonathan. Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Make it before you send it to me. Can you do me a favor? Make it clean and concise. You know what I mean? Jonathan is I'm not an important busy guy, but Jonathan is, right? So if I try to make it really clean and concise, like, this is the problem, I expect this to happen. Instead, this happens. Here's a clip. That's all you need. Identify the problem and just state what you expected to happen. I talked to this NPC and I walked forward. I expected her to follow me. She didn't follow me. Here's a clip. That's what we need. These guys are very, very smart. They're not stupid. We don't have to. You don't have to explain it in outrageous detail. You know what I mean? Concise is the way. Let's get some gas on the ground. Let's get some bombs going, and that should be the end of it. Boom. All right. Chilling. Obi-Wan Jabroni, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I was talking about Jonathan from Grinding Gear Games.
Look at all this religion. Didn't help him in the end.
Hey, guy, Alucard, I'm good. How are you? Rax is looking extra handsome today. God, thank you, Jables. I was hoping somebody would notice.
Need a sec.
So we already have a fire. We need a lightning ring. So let's take a lightning ring because we're about to fight Jamanra. Okay.
More time.
Ah. I don't think I'm going to take that.
Never heard of a god. Gotta stay quick on my feet. Let's take care not.
How can I advise you?
Yeah, I was actually kind of wondering that too about the resurrect thing on hardcore. I don't know why they got rid of that.
Time as you wish. Sands guide you.
That's actually a good question. Guys, do you ever see people use voltaic grenade? Is this thing any good? It's good, but you have to have a build for it, so it's kind of dog shit.
I hear no need to rush. Blessings.
So we still have 0 artificer orbs. So I should have probably found 2 by now. Any tips for your first SSF run? You already feel like you're falling behind in Act 4? Well, Act 4, you're almost through the entire campaign, so you're doing good. I mean, you're almost done. I mean, what build are you playing?
Where did I go?
Is this a graveyard?
Martial Artist Monk.
No wonder.
Are you playing with a weapon, or are you playing with hollow palm technique? I guess I'm not sure, Lord Zero. I usually don't lag in this game anymore. I usually don't lag. You're still a noob. You're hollow palm technique, but later on you're going to use Ronaray's build. Okay, I don't know who Ronaray is, but um I if you're using hollow palm technique, your power level is based upon, I'm almost certain your power level is based upon, let's see, where is it? It's like right here somewhere. Yeah. Your power level is based upon what level you are. And you want to stack evasion and energy shield on your gear. So just gaining more levels Or stacking evasion and energy shield on your gear will make you a lot stronger. Another thing that will make you a lot stronger is if you can find an amulet with plus to all melee skills. Can melee and gloves too? It rolls on gloves. Does it roll on amulets and gloves? It definitely rolls on, you have +1 on gloves. And then I know spell and projectile levels roll on amulet. I'm guessing melee also rolls on amulet, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And I can check in 2 seconds, or I can't check the market here. Yeah, so it does roll on amulet. So you could check the market real quick and buy an amulet with plus to melee skills. That will make you way stronger. Try to get +2 to melee. Get any amulet with +2 to melee skills. And I thought you could get +2 on gloves. If you check the market, see if you can buy a +2 glove and a +2 amulet. That'll make you a billion times stronger. Make sure that you've got full support gems in your main skills. Oh, you're playing SSF. Gotcha. Okay. SSF.
These Titans must have been something, all right.
Nope. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Fart a hole through my soul. Little toilet, we are so happy that you showed up today. Thank you.
Would you look at that? Oh, this must be the forbidden part. Well, on I go.
What's up, text to see? These are things that I don't understand why they're in the game. Why does grinding your games have the capability? I've never been here, so I'm just walking across a bridge. Why do they put like 8 ranged monsters on top of each other? Because when you walk across the bridge, it's 8 bolts at you instantly. This is the kind of thing that they need to make not possible. Like, maybe at the absolute most, the absolute edge case scenario, maybe you put like 6 of them there or 5, but not 8. You just die instantly. This is the kind of stuff that's just, I wish they would work on stuff like this. God, I don't want any of this. This could be very good. I take that back. This is the stuff that I wish would be abolished. It's that kind of stuff. Oh my.
I'll break you. Eat this. Not yet.
What happened? I put grenades under them. They never detonated. What happened? I just rolled past them thinking they'd all die because I shot a grenade. Where did my grenade go? It never blew up. What? They're all just alive, just wailing on me. I don't get it. What happened? Where did my grenade go?
Need a sec.
What the fuck happened? Same thing. Ah, just blow up and kill them. What the fuck is going on? Kill them. I was like, okay, they're certainly dead. Certainly they're fucking dead. Roll forward, they're all still alive. What the fuck is going on? Die. God, I hate this fucking build, man. Nobody ever play grenades. God, how do people play this? I think PoE2 grenades are the worst feeling archetype in an ARPG. I can't think of a build in an ARPG that feels worse than grenades. I think it's the worst feeling archetype in any ARPG ever of all time. Any ARPG, any era. Yeah, I brought that up to Jonathan about how the grenades bounce off of the terrain. And I think he was actually thinking, like, I didn't fully understand his response, but I think he essentially said, yeah, they fall off the edge of the terrain, and if I understood what he said correctly, he said, yeah, they fall off the edge of the terrain, and that's, like, kind of intended, but I understand why you would expect them to stay on, like, the battlefield. It's like, yeah, I guess I would definitely expect them to stay on the battlefield, personally.
More time.
So I think it's actually intended.
Thought I was cooked full shit.
Yeah, he said they fall off the map, but they still damage the enemies. But then I showed him that that doesn't at least it doesn't always happen. He said that, but then I showed him a counter example. I was like, oh, well, here's an example where it falls off and it does no damage. So at least sometimes when they fall off, they definitely don't hit the enemies. How did I make my totem guy if I didn't level a mercenary? I did level a mercenary with grenades, but it was my second build. It was my second build, so I just bought twink gear off the auction house and just murdered everything. Am I done with arc totems? This is arc totems. You have to start leveling grenades, unfortunately. This is arc totems. This is how arc totems starts.
This better be worth it. Here goes nothing.
Impressive endurance.
Random hero, I haven't played the PoE 1 League in like two full, like, well, at least one full week. I like the PoE 1 League, I just have a full power thing. You should use twink gear, Lord Zero, but I know people are going to use people are going to start this build anyway, even if I tell them not to. I'll tell them not to league start it, and then they'll do it anyway. I should level with lightning arrow instead if I hate grenades this much. The problem is grenades are way stronger. If they nerf the shit out of grenades, I will instantly throw away the build. I can't pray. I can't pray hard enough for that.
Giant bug. Firing now!
Ritual has been disrupted. A moment of respite.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can't get hit in the Ascension.
Need more time.
All in a day's work.
Swift magnificence.
Why not play permafrost bolts to level? I that's what I leveled as last time. I think that also feels horrible. Everything mercenary feels so slow and lethargic to me. It's all good, guys. We suffer a bit. It's fine.
Relish your mortality.
I will say one thing that is definitely true is crossbows feel much better later on. When you actually level up fully, you have a ton of passive points and you get much faster detonation time and you get a much better crossbow. You get all of your supports and da 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 da. When all of that happens,
Swift magnificence. Ritual has been disrupted.
there's no doubt about it that the mercenary is strong. It's very strong. Hmm. It's not a good buff. Oh well. Guys, it's going to be great. You want to know what I get to play next? Guess what I get to play next as a leveling build? One of my favorites ever. Essence Drain Contagion. That build is incredible for leveling. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Essence Drain Sarcasm? No. Essence Drain Contagion is as good as plants. No, no, no. Not being serious. It's God tier. 100% serious. Alright, so we got that. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got bomb. We got this. We got this. We got bomb. We got bomb. We got this. We got this. Here. Gas. Fire. Gas. Fire. Gas. Fire. Gas. Fire. Gas. Fire. Gone. You know, I don't know why. It's very, very strong. I've never been a big fan of the build Disciple of Varashta.
So this is the promised wisdom.
Gemling Legionnaire. Let's go, dude. Am I a dumbass? Why don't you do Essence Drain Contagion now and spec into it on Mercenary? Because when you start Mercenary, there is no spell damage over here. None. When you start Essence Drain Contagion over here, there's spell damage. Type in the word spell. Look how much spell is over here if you're a druid or a sorcerer. Look how much is over here. None. So Essence Drain Contagion will be really good in the very, very beginning, and then it will fall off a cliff because you don't support it at all down here. That's the problem. You see the difference? Look, when I search spell, look, everything here is for spells. Nothing down here is for spells. So what are you going to do? You're going to walk over here? That's going to take all of your passive points. Right. So that is a big ol' Noperuni right there. So let's check the Ascendancy. This is giga dog shit. Well, honestly, the first Ascendancy is completely useless. This is mega useless. You got distracted with a new baby? Congratulations, man. Congrats. What do I think about WASD movement? Well, it's very strong. It's coming to PoE 1, by the way. Ooh, this is a horrendous start. All of these are useless. I guess. Jesus. For the love of God. I mean, I don't know. Like, all of this does nothing. Both of these are omega terrible. This is, both of these are just. I don't know. This, I guess. I would like to thank Satan for this ascendancy. I guess you just skip the ascendancy on Mercenary. The first one. I think in the guide, I will just tell you to skip the first ascendancy. In fact, I'm going to turn this off. I can't turn it off. Yeah, how much does it cost to reset your ascendancy? Can I pick a different one? Yeah, I think 100% the play is you skip the first ascendancy. It's so unimaginably useless that you just wait until you get 2 of them. So it'll just save you time. Just don't do the first ascendancy and just keep going. I think it's how we play here.
Time is short. Make haste.
Yeah.
No need to rush. As you wish. Take care.
Let me check here. Okay, so let's see this here. Let's see what the Witch Hunter would look like. Oh wow, you can't mouse over it. Well, this could be much better. Let me see here. Let's see here. You want to know what? Okay. I think there's no way it really matters. I think you just skip the first ascendancy because you're going to get your second ascendancy very, very quickly. I'm really confused. Didn't I... Here, this is what I need. Hey, Vince, have a great day, man.
Gotta make sure my bones don't end up here too.
Yeah, I think we just skip the first ascendancy. Or definitely ascend into something that is not Gemling Legionnaire.
Crazed cultists. All in a day's work. Always some sort of ritual going on, eh?
Picking up a signature.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cookies. I think you just skip it. Because the next ascendancy gives you both points. I don't think it's worth the time to go do the first ascendancy.
Another success. There's still one more in the region.
Wait, there's... Oh, I killed the guy and his attack didn't disappear? That's weird.
One down. Who's next?
It's gonna be a death because we were sprinting.
Joke on this!
What are my thoughts on a treasure room with all the bases and crafting currencies available that lets you practice in the game? I'm not personally against it, but I have a feeling grindier games would be against that. And the reason why is I think they want people to learn crafting by actually playing the game. I don't think they want people to go into a room, master crafting, and then go play the game. You could make the argument we have Craft of Exile, so you can already do that. But I think their argument in retaliation would be very few people actually do that. Again, I'm not saying that I'm against your idea. What I'm saying is I have a feeling grinding your games would be against your idea.
Not yet.
Throw it out there and see if it sticks. Uh, I'm actually not going to do that, and here's why. When I'm talking to Jonathan, I don't want to throw out ideas that I'm not personally super passionate about. I'm not against your idea, but I don't think that's a big problem with the game. I try to reserve my messages for the most dire of needs for the game. You know what I mean? I don't just throw ideas out there for fun. So if you want to suggest that to him or make a forum post, that's awesome, but I think I'm going to stay away from that one. Yeah, it's a separate tool outside of the game, Craft of Exile. Yeah, that is true. They do say that. They want to get rid of the external stuff.
Quickly.
I hear you, my wares are renowned. As you wish. Blessings.
Alright, I'll do it.
It is
Let's go here real quick. You're a player of Diablo 4. You feel the game is too much about unique item abilities related. Is PoE 2 less restricted, if I may say so? In Grinding Gear games specifically designs Path of Exile games to be extremely open. They salivate for seeing people do crazy ass combinations on weird ass classes with weird trees that you would never normally think of and have it just magically work. So when you play a game like Diablo 4 that's a lot more structured, you're playing lightning sorcerer, you take from the pool of the eight lightning uniques or whatever, or mythics or whatever, and you make your build out of that. And 80% of every sorcerer build is nearly the same thing. This game is completely different. Like, you might use uniques, you might not use uniques. You might start as a lightning damage skill, but you might convert it all to chaos damage and do something completely different. You can even start, there's even a jewel that lets you start at a different character's passive tree. I do that on my Arc Gemling Legionnaire. I buy the jewel where instead of being a mercenary at the start, we're actually what's the thing? I think it's Marauder. We're actually a Marauder at the start. Whatever the class is. It's the top left class. So PoE 2, Path of Exile 1 and PoE 2 are much more... What's the craziest shit that you can come up with and you try to make that work? I usually go grab the Abyss if I'm here. Diablo 4 is much more structured. There's very, very little to innovate on in a Diablo 4 build. Like, for example, if you took me, Rob, and Woody, and you spun a wheel and you picked a random class, let's say you got Necro, and a random skill, and you took Bone Spear or something. You said, okay, you three have an hour, make a planner, look through the uniques and all the items in the game, and make a Bone Spear Necro. Make a planner for it. And then you looked at me, Rob, and Woody's. Like, we're not allowed to talk to each other. We make it independently. they'll be at a minimum 80% the same thing. And the 20% that's different, if you could actually calculate like the damage difference between them, the damage difference would be very, very minor. Like maybe Woody plays hardcore, so maybe he'd add a little bit more defense. And Rob plays team softcore, so he might add a shitload of offense and forget the defense. Like the difference between the builds would be very minor. But in PoE, if you took 3 creators and you said make a grenade build, I mean, you actually have no idea what might happen. People might not even pick the same grenades to use. The supports could be completely different. The elemental types that they come up with could be completely different. Could be on a completely different class, a completely different ascendancy. One could be a Giga Mapper or one could be a Giga Bosser. One could have all their defense from energy shield, and the other one could have all their defense from evasion. Like you actually have no idea. You can't guarantee anything. If you sat around trying to make a Path of Exile build. Now, I will say, not everyone thinks that that's better. Some people really, really like the structure. Some people like, oh, I'm a dad with 3 jobs. If I'm playing Lightning Sorcerer, I kind of just want to be spoon-fed the Lightning Sorcerer template and build that out. I'm not a theory crafter. I don't want to build something. And that's fair. There's a lot of people who think like that. It's not even like a minority. There's a lot of people that find tremendous comfort in that. Yeah, it's possible. It could even be the majority. I like to make builds, but I wouldn't say I'm not really like an obscure build maker. Like I don't sit around dreaming of crazy builds that I could make. I don't sit around dreaming about it, about what crazy weird ass thing could I do? That's not really my style. I am a little bit more conventional. If I'm playing the grenade guy. What's up? You out of here, buddy?
The intended.
Going to Texas?
Yeah.
All right, man.
See you, buddy.
Be
Bye,
safe.
chat.
Call
Be
me.
nice.
Call me if you have problems.
Okay, I will. See you later.
It's life, so you will have problems.
Yeah.
You know that all too well. Bum, 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 bum. By Kurt, close. Kirk, like Captain Kirk. 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 You like to create random builds, and that's exactly what makes the world go round. It's great that people play it differently. Probably I think the weirdest build I ever made, the thing that comes to mind, the only like super weird ass build I ever made. Did you guys ever play the explosive arrow marksman in Last Epoch. That's probably my most famous Last Epoch video I ever made. That was the weirdest build I ever made because you were a marksman and you shot arrows, except instead of that, you wore daggers and you threw traps. So let's go over that one more time. You're a marksman and you shoot arrows, but you actually dual wield daggers and you throw traps. It makes no fucking sense at all. But it was like the strongest shit ever. Because I was like, I was on marksman, I was messing around with the arrows, and I was like, huh. We can like, the traps can throw the arrows, huh? But I'm wearing a bow and I want to do damage with the explosions, but the best unique for this trap setup is actually these daggers. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what happens if I wear these daggers and throw these traps in order to throw arrows? And then they started, like, there was a way to make them jump. You could make them jump, and then the mana cost was way too high. It was like making me go out of mana instantly. And I was like, well, what do I do now? I can't even play this. And then I was like, well, what if I use my godly T7 rolls on my rings? What if I put the mana reduction T7 roll on both rings? And I was like, well, I'm going to miss a shitload of damage if I do this. But it would allow me at least to throw my traps. So maybe we try that. And then it all worked. And then it just started obliterating the entire game. And I was like, oh my god. This is the greatest shit ever. I clearly need a new crossbow. Do any damage. Yeah, it's not bad for survivability. It's not bad. It's just... It's also just not good, right? I'll take the lightning res for sure.
No need to rush, as you will. You found a when I have.
This is what I want so badly. This. And then we need to look for more grenade stuff. What else can we get for grenades? 80%, dude. Dude. This is clearly designed for just grenades putting up a utility and not actually doing damage. My god. 80% reduced damage. What do we do now, guys? Do we do Do we go down here and grab these grenade nodes? Could go over here. Grenades. Let's see here. How good is my accuracy? Does my accuracy matter? Maybe it matters. I don't know. Do the speedrunners click the accuracy node?
Browse as long as you like.
Does anybody know? Does anybody know what the final base that people use for an alloy for what's the final base that speedrunners use for a crossbow in their runs? Is it alloy or is it the next one? Let me Google it. Let me look at crossbows. Crossbow bases PoE 2. Here. So alloy is 26, so it has to be alloy. Alloy is the answer. Because they don't hit 31, so they don't use bombard. But bombard would be god tier if they got to 33, right? Because they get an extra projectile. $30 is the next base. Where? I don't see a 30 base. I see 26 and I see 33. Where's the 30 base? So now we need to go to modifiers, and now we need to go into two-handed weapon crossbow. We need to actually study this. So we need eye level 33 for T6. Okay. So we need eye level 33.
No need to rush.
This is eye level 26, so this is a fail. Or wait. Well, alloy is never going to get that high, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's check this out here. Okay, so we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out so we can tell everybody else what to do. I have too many tabs open. Let me delete some of these. I don't need this either. I don't need this up either. Close that. Okay. So let me pull up a different tab here. And let me type some things here. Um, I don't see where. Here it is. Okay, so varnished. So varnished. Well, let's say tense is required level 4. We can go weapon rack by the Rust King. And then we have what's it called? I can't remember. It's called Swift or something. Then varnished. And then we have alloy, and then we have bombard. So then we can get the T6. Okay, so this is very weird because it's T8 for all the elemental damages, but it's T7 for physical damages. That's because there's a T10 for the elemental damages, but not a T10 for fizz. So what that means is on the varnished crossbow, we get the T7 for fizz and the T8 for elemental rolls. And then on the alloy crossbow we get nothing, but on the bombard for required level 33, eye level 33, now we move up a tier. We move up to T6 fizz, and we move up to T7 elemental. So the question, the $1 million question here is, do we skip alloy crossbows? Because alloy crossbow has a much better base fizz damage, but it does not have, first of all, it has nothing to do with grenades. And it does not give you another tier of your affixes. So yeah. All right. So with that in mind, I think the best way to advise people is, what level am I? I'm 28. I'm guessing that we tell them to not, you don't make an alloy crossbow. I think you don't make an alloy crossbow. Because at 33, you're going to get a way better crossbow. What are you going to use? A crossbow for 7 levels? Yeah, what Vince is saying. I think so we skip alloy crossbow. We just use our same piece of shit varnished crossbow, and we just live with it until we hit 33, and then bombard. Another thing is it's a currency problem, right? If you spend all your currency making an alloy crossbow, you will not have the currency to also make a... I shot 1,000,000 grenades there. They just took so long to detonate that I died. So I guess I just have to wait. Look, it just looks so weird. Isn't it so weird that the grenades fall out of bounds? Isn't that so strange? Like, I get it. Like, it's more realistic, I guess. But when you're playing grenades, if you see this and your grenades bounce... Like, wouldn't you expect it? Like... I'm gonna send this to Jonathan and ask, is this really the intention? I'm gonna ask him. Why not? Let me get him a clip here. Let me get him a clip here real quick, guys. All right, I'm going to share this. Where is my friend Jonathan here? Here's another clip of grenades going out of bounds. It looks like they would do damage if enemies could be in that area. But is this the intention of grenade behavior in zones like this? Just straight up bounces off the bridge and goes half a screen out of bounds. I guess as a player, I would expect it to bounce off of the side of the bridge and land somewhere on the battlefield, but I understand how the realism is better with them just bouncing off. All right, let's see what Jonathan thinks about that one, because look at this. If you're like, obviously you wouldn't shoot like this, but just take the idea of it. Like you're trying to fight the monsters that can only move here on this bridge and on this bridge. It's the only place they can move. And then you shoot, and your grenades are a little bit off screen, and they go over there, and you do no damage and you die. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the grenades should bounce away like that, or no? Seems a little weird to me. Is that not weird as shit? You can't find a single arc leveling guide that uses grenades. It's only ever spark or lightning arrow. When you say arc, are you talking about arc like as a caster, or are you talking about arc totems? That's a great point. For comparison, spark bounces off the sides of the bridges, but grenades don't. That's a great point. Yeah, spark does it. So why don't grenades? Arc totems. I guess I don't understand. People who are playing arc totems level up as spark, as a gemling legionnaire. I guess these are projectiles. Projectile, projectile, projectile. I guess that could work for if you just picked projectile things. That could work. But Spark is a disaster to level up as not a twink build. Spark is a disaster to level up. Like, if you're a twink, sure, it's great. If you're not a twink, you are going to hate Path of Exile more than you've ever hated any game in your life. Yeah, twink leveling, of course, you can do whatever you want. I'm saying this as a league starter. As a league starter, you have to play grenades. If you're going to twink, you can do whatever you want. Honestly, twink on grenades is god tier because you can buy the best crossbow of all time and just drop grenades, right?
Another notch on the helmet. Not yet. Smoke him out!
You again. The fool under the hooded one's sway. Do you even know what he is? No matter. You'll find my king far more capable than Count Giamor. My king, take the power you were promised. Put an end to this nuisance.
No. Totems can fire, like, you can put them at the edge of the screen and they can fire from very far away. All right, let's see how this goes, guys. Ow. I do not have the greatest crossbow of all time here. So we're gonna see how we do with not the greatest crossbow. I absolutely have to stop healing myself. Jamanra, can you stop walking? Jamanra, stop walking. Stand still. Just attack me.
We're running out of time. End this.
I... God. Dodged all the way to the other side and he still fucking hit me? Crazy. The tracking on these guys. They're evolving, guys. Man, I tried to get super close so I could roll, but I rolled too late. That should be the end of him here. Should do enough damage. Oh, no. My crossbow is terrible. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, they reduced Shamanra's HP by 17% last patch.
This is not.
I didn't have a very good crossbow there, though, so...
I return you to the It is done. The war. I hear you. Browse as long as you like.
Go on then. I like to know who I'm working for.
You're right. It was I who... Why there?
Sorry, mate.
How can I...
Who goes there? Browse as long as you like.
I mean, I'd lose 10 movement speed, but I'd gain some chonky resistances and some life. I guess we go with that. So I'm going to save all of my monies, and we're going to look for a bombard crossbow. Good night, Grant. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you for being here.
Until then.
All right.
Has grown too...
So we kind of chilled our way through Act 2.
Back to walking, I suppose.
Buddy.
Need a sec.
Okay. Are we picking up a pet in Act 3? Absolutely. Well, actually, well, I don't know. You definitely pick one up as Twister, right? Do you pick one up as... Do you pick one up as... mercenary? I mean, we could get, like, Haste Aura or something. Okay, level 30. We need level...
Need more time.
I got 2 lesser jeweler's orbs. What do you guys think is a good one? Should we do short fuse so these detonate faster? I'm definitely thinking of doing short fuse. How stupid of an idea is that? Colossal Life Flask. We should probably use this, huh? Now I can get this. So I just took 65%. I wonder if this cooldown recovery rate is important. Probably not, right? Probably not. So now I think what I can do is I can just fire these. Oh, yeah. God, that's so much better. Oh, thank God, man. Oh, I can just play now. God, it takes you till about level 30.
What kind of
Hello, good luck.
She's awfully upbeat.
1 to all melee skills. 1 to all minion skills. Wow. So now we want a bombard crossbow.
I'll take any help.
this treasure? Watch the mosquitoes, hey?
What's up, Grim? How are you? Dauber Dino is Hubber. Thank you so much for the subs, guys. Okay.
How goes it?
This is a bombard crossbow. T8 is not what we want. We want a T7. T8. So these are going to be... So if we saw one... So I could buy this, and I can AUG it.
Sad to see it go.
And that's... not really what we wanted. So we'll wait and see.
Picking up a signature. You know what to do.
Oh, I'm so much happier now. Look, I can actually play, guys. Look how fast my grenades detonate. Man.
Should ask
It just makes such a difference. Look, I can actually play the game now. It's crazy. Guarded by 39 packs of monsters. It's kind of interesting. All right, send it. Oh, man, dude. By level 30, oh, it feels 4 times better. That's what she said. Not comparable in any way, in my opinion. Dude, this is probably the greatest way to level up. That's what I got from it? A weapon? I'm crying. I played a lot of Mario in my day. A lot. God, I love Mario. Fun game. Alright, where's Monkey Boy? I'm gonna fight him with the shit crossbow, because it's gonna be funnier for the stream if I do that. If I wait till I get my Giga crossbow, it won't be any fun. I'll fight him with the shit crossbow. For the people. That way, if I lose, I can blame it on my shitty crossbow. Boom. Well, here we go. Where is he? There he is. What? How did you see where I landed? How did that hit me? It was completely 90 degrees to the side of him. Yeah, that time worked.
Need more time.
He's so lucky I have such a bad crossbow. I made that look super easy. You struggle with the guy. The key to every quote-unquote difficult boss in PoE 2 is to be calm. Be calm. Do your attacks, and when he does an attack, just do whatever your build does to counter it. Be calm. I think half of people's problems is they get really, really, really excited to fight the monkey. Just, he's a monkey. Just fight him, you know what I mean? Just fight him. Same thing with Viper. Same thing with Queen of Filth. Just relax. Can I use these yet? No, I can't. You gotta just be nice and calm. Okay. Watch this guy. He's gonna spawn at the back, so we just go to the back. Hopefully these 10,000 enemies don't kill me. That's it. He's dead. Just gotta be calm. Just be calm. Ow. Dang it. Let me through. There we go. Okay, one more level, and then we can get an outrageous damage increase. You win all your boss fights by pressing all the buttons as fast as possible. That is another strategy that can be used, yes. Just frantically pressing and hoping for the best. Absolutely a strategy. I do think the Chimera could kill me. We're about to find out. Take a level 9 gem, why not? There's an alloy crossbow T3. Wait, that's not the... I want bombard crossbow. Why am I excited? I want bombard crossbow, stupid idiot. It's the wrong crossbow. Okay, there's old tomato. Guess let's get the... Nice view I have right here. What pet am I wanting? Extra... one of the good auras would be good. Like Heistora would be godly. Oh, we're fighting a boss over here? Okay. There's a boss over here, right? I usually never kill him, but we're here. Let's do it for fun. Adios, amigo. Gold amulet. Let's check it out. And by check it out, I mean forget it. We don't have any wisdoms. It says the season mechanics spawned in the flowers? Neither of these. Let's take the support gem, I guess. Let's go in here. I'll take that. Very nice, very nice. Okay, let's fight the Chimera. I'm dead here. Body blocked. Terrible mechanic. But it's part of the game, I guess. Boom. We are body blocked. Boink. There's a bombard crossbow. I'll take that. Because we need to be making as good of a crossbow as we can. Okay, here we go. We're going to fight the Chimera with the bad crossbow. For fun. Here we go. So I think you bring him up here, right? Probably. This is probably a thing that we do. Completely frozen. Oof, he flew up. It's time for the bad crossbow. Okay, he's doing the fire thing. He's probably going to land about right there, right? Got the fire down. He's flying up. Let's guess he's going to land at the top there. Of course, he didn't. That would have been helpful. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what a fight looks like when you have a crossbow from Ragefire Chasm. Okay, let's break the pillar. Go ahead and break the pillar whenever you're ready, crossbow. I know it takes you 300 shots to do anything around here, but this might be the worst crossbow that anyone has ever had at this stage in Act 3. It might actually be this one. I'm sorry you guys had to watch that. Alright, let's see here. That's a T9. That's completely unacceptable. But do I have an ALK? Yes. It's eye level 33, right? 36. Okay, here we go. Well, it's not good at all, but it is a billion times better than mine. It's not good, but it is better than mine. Was I healing him? I mean, I think so. That's why my friends, I guess, throw away that helmet. That's probably 100 times better than mine. So we just keep going here. Boink. We need a couple more bars of XP. And then if things go well, we can make a much, much better weapon. Okay. Now we're 33. I don't understand. So I could have used this a long time ago. What I actually needed to do is I needed one of these to be strength. That was the problem. So this needed to be strength. So now I can cut this. And now I have oil grenade is godly, isn't it? Is oil grenade what we need instead of gas grenade? Maybe we do oil grenade instead. Okay, so this is our crossbow right now. It's an absolute... Well, actually... Yeah, we bricked all the prefixes on this crossbow, so this is not the crossbow that we want. This crossbow is absolutely not it. This is not the crossbow of the heavens that we've been hoping for. Well, I guess it's slightly better than mine. Grab a tame beast. Great idea. We're going to do that. Great idea. Alright, so this crossbow, I mean, it's better than mine. Remember, our damage right now is 929. With this bad crossbow, now our damage is 1,000. But we also get an extra projectile. But we don't care about any of that. We need an actual good crossbow. 2 to all projectile skills. How valuable is that? Is that pretty valuable? Oh. This seems very good. 2 to all projectile skills. Let's regal it and see what happens. We got a pretty bad implicit. Let's see what our damage is looking like here. It's worse. So +2 to all projectile. Not super great. But it is missing a prefix. But we got hybrid fizz as a prefix. That's absolutely not what we wanted. I think this one could be insane. Let's see here. Let's regal it. Do I even have any more regals? I don't see any regals in there. I put away a bunch of currency earlier. Yeah, I have regals. There. So this is extremely good, right? So now we would burn. Okay. We're just going to do this for fun. And by fun, I mean forget it. We don't have any exalts. So this should be very good. Let's see here. Yes, that is insane. So now we have 13 honey DPS. So we gained 50% more damage and an extra projectile. So that's going to be game over for the enemies. And then for oil grenade, we can use a lesser jeweler's. And then go like this. And then we can go look for the tame beast. So now we have tame beast. So now tame beast needs to be on our bars, right? So now what we can do is now we can use our whetstones on this. We have 6 of them. Okay. So now we are, and then I have 2 artificer orbs right here. What do you guys think is better? I don't think we even have a choice, so it doesn't really matter what's better. Level 3 support. Is there any... So we don't need Frost Bomb anymore. So Frost Bomb is out. Because Oil Grenade will apply exposure. So we can put Tame Beast right here for now. So we need an Exalted Orb for our weapon. And then we need some socketables for it. Let's see if we have a Storm Rune. We have a lesser Storm Rune. That's not what we want. Do we have any goods? Any good runes? Nope. I guess this and... I don't know. This. And now we are up to 1565. Jonathan said about the grenades just going off of the bridge into La La Land. He said he hasn't had a chance yet to talk to the designers about what they want to do about it. So they're going to talk about it later. Good with me. All right, well, I wish I had more Exalted Orbs, but I don't have any more. So we'll be looking, we need at least 1 more Exalted Orb for our weapon to make it way better. But now, if I shoot a grenade, boom, gone. Now they have... I took my damage from 900 to what? 1565. So it's like a colossal damage increase. Not quite double, but you can see now they're getting absolutely trashed. And by getting trashed, I mean I tripped while sprinting and got 100-0'd. A tale as old as time. A tale as old as time. Tripping while sprinting into a 100-0 as you lay on the ground for 5 seconds. Bum, bum. PoE 2 is a great game, and it will continue to improve, but I'm trying to... Can you... What do you guys think is the single, like, for one topic, what do you think is the worst design choice ever made in an ARPG? The thing that comes to my mind first, at the very top, is they put a 5-second hard CC on a basic movement ability in PoE 2. I think that's actually in the running for the worst design choice of all time. I can't think of anything worse, but there might be something worse that I can't think of. No, it's got nothing to do with that, Lord Zero. It's nothing to do with best game ever or worst game ever. It has to do with certain mechanics about it. By the way, I didn't go get my beast. The on death effects. Oh, that's a good one. On death effects is a super good one. I can't tell which one's my fire and which one's his fire. It all just looks like fire. You hate the effect chill. So you hate being slowed down, is what you're saying. Reflect damage. That's in the running, yes. So that's definitely in the Hall of Fame of worst design decisions ever. Reflect damage. On death effects. And a hard CC on a movement ability. We need one more for the Mount Rushmore of worst design decisions. Yeah, they removed Reflect out of PoE 2. I don't know which way to go. Let's try this way. Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't realize the map was... I'm used to the map turned 90 degrees to the left. I just ran back to the beginning when I thought I was walking to the exit. God, I'm stupid. It's this way. You hate honor in Trial of Suck My Ass? Yeah, but we're talking about the Mount Rushmore of worst designed things ever in an ARPG, right? Like, it's got to be one of the biggest head scratchers ever. Oathroon. Oathroon. Oathroon was pretty bad. loading everyone's stash. It's more of like a system design, right? You have to load everybody's stash. On one hand, I appreciate the transparency. It was nice of them to tell us what was actually going on. On the other hand, that is definitely one of the details that they maybe shouldn't have pointed out, because it kind of points to gross incompetence, right? Your game is lagging because when you're playing, we load everybody else's stash tabs. So we just lag you. Oh. Oh, well. Did you see how fast I just died? I didn't even die. You can't even blame the trip sprint. I just literally entered the room. 4 people surrounded me, swung 800 times in 0.1 picoseconds, and killed me. Game's actually insane. I can see why the gaming journalists hated this game. Greater Storm Rune. Okay, this is absolutely what I need. That's the thing I need the most. I still didn't go get my Tame Beast, by the way. Let's go get it right now before I forget. Again. So now that we have this, now we can put this here. So that should be a big damage increase. Yeah, now we're at 1715. Okay, we have both of the soul cores right here. So we go here. Since we have both of the soul cores, we're going to go get the Tame Beast right after this boss. I think they respawn at checkpoint and that makes the lights go instantly. Yes. Alright, here we go. So I think we're going to hit this guy pretty hard here. In theory. We would have had to roll down there. Oh, Exalted Orb. We need that. We need that. Come on, flat damage on the prefix. That is the worst thing that could have happened. That. Not only was it a prefix, it was stupid ass fucking accuracy. It's the worst thing that could have happened. GG's. Worst thing that could have happened, boys. It was the nut low. Not only did it take the prefix, it gave me the worst possible prefix. That is straight from Satan. Satan gave us that, actually, isn't this way better than mine? Let's take that. Alright, well, now we kind of bricked our weapon forever. That's not good. Let's go get the tame beast now. So we have to go to the jungle ruins, right? And then there's a camp with a checkpoint. There's a camp with a checkpoint, right? Let's, oh, there's no waypoint at the beginning. So there's a... Is it in the jungle ruins or the infested barrens, guys? Does anybody remember? Do you remember which zone it's in? Maybe it's this beast, or maybe it's this checkpoint? That's not the beast that we want. Aren't there 2 beasts somewhere? Beast... Extra lightning. So we want this, but we want it to be, so we respawn at checkpoint, right? And then do the beasts respawn? Yeah. Reviving minions. That's not what I want. Thought there were 2 beasts here. So we want a really good aura, right? We want a really good aura here. It's infested barrens at the camp. So this is not it. Is plants SSF friendly? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's look for a good aura. What are the best 2 auras? Either increased fizz aura or haste. That guy, lightning resistant to energy shield. Absolute trash can. Let's take 3 exalts. Three exalts. We can throw the last exalt in here. Man. Never seen anything that... They can't have haste aura anymore? Wait, what do you mean? They got rid of it? It's a beast. Prevents recovery. We definitely don't need that. So here's the camp that we were talking about. So we take that checkpoint and we respawn at checkpoint. Do they not respawn if you kill them? Oh, dang. Okay, my bad. Can't kill him. Okay, I guess that makes sense, right? Because otherwise, if you didn't design it that way, then people would abuse the shit out of it, right? They just keep killing those two beasts over and over and over. So I guess that makes sense. Does this guy have elemental resistance aura? And I'm dead. Okay, thank God.
All in a day's work.
Might be good for hardcore. Okay. Here's the camp. Hasted. Hasted is not haste aura. Right? So now, aren't there two beasts? Where's the other one? Temporal bubble, cold resistant shroud walker. Haste aura. Oh my God. We found the best thing. So we cast. Do we have to get him low and then cast Tame Beast, or how does this work? Spamming Tame Beast on him. Does anybody remember how this works? Does anybody know how Tame Beast works? I'm spamming 3 on him. Just kill it. You can tell by the aura around him that we're gonna... There we go. Yo, dude. Now we have haste. Seems to do absolutely nothing. Look how slow I am. That's haste. This is what haste looks like. Grinding your games. Are you... It's the actual worst shit I've ever seen in my entire life. Does it remove movement speed? Like, haste aura only applies to attacks, not movement? That's not what this says. But what the shit just happened? Give me my companion back. 10% movement speed. I mean, do I have a prefix here? I do. Movement speed? Nope. I think I got slower. Haste has nothing to do with speed? Guys, what are you talking about? 20% attack and cast speed and 10% movement speed. What the fuck are you talking about? To allies, right? Am I not his ally? I'm his ally.
Simple enough.
First, somebody told me the beast can no longer spawn with haste aura. That was a lie. And then two people said that haste aura has nothing to do with movement speed, and that was a lie. Guys. What? Not a lie, pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. I had my first Hawaiian pizza maybe 6 months ago. Finally tried it. So I like pineapple. And I like pizza. The whole pineapple on the pizza, it's not like, it's not the worst thing I've ever tried ever. It's not like, it's not the worst thing ever. I mean, we still get stunned when we sprint in PoE 2, right? So there are worse things out there. It just makes it a little bit, off. It doesn't taste so horrible, but it's just like, I don't really know if I would ever order it like this. I think about it as like the 16-year-old goth teenager kind of deal. I think that's what pineapple on pizza is. It's screw the world, screw everything. I'm going to put whatever toppings on my pizza I want, and I'm going to go on the internet and find forums where other goth 16-year-olds feel like we can belong because we do this weird thing. I think that's what putting pineapple on pizza is. It's like people are so salivate so much to be unique and different that they put pineapple on pizza and had a huge movement about it when really it's not a big deal at all. It's fine, but it's just a little worse than all the normal toppings. That's what pineapple on pizza is to me. Yeah, like for me, the most important thing about a pizza actually doesn't have anything to do really with the toppings. I like, now not everyone will agree with this, but I like very, very thin pizza, and I like not greasy pizza. If you give me a thin pizza that crunches when I bite it, and it's not greasy, almost regardless of what toppings you put on it, I will love it. That's all I want. I want it to be thin and not greasy. You want to know what else I want? DM in my stream. Well, look at that. Dreams do come true. What's up, DM? What's up, dude? Guys, we just had a discussion about Tame Beast. First thing chat told me is Tame Beast in the camps can no longer spawn with Haystora. Well, guess who found Haystora? So that was a lie. Then my chat said that Haystora doesn't give you movement speed. That was a lie. You have jury duty summons for the next 10 days. Do you actually? Or are you trolling me? Really? Oh, well, thank God. Dude, that lines up perfectly with my trial. DM's gonna let me off the hook. Thank God. Because I'm guilty as shit, but DM will get me off. Thank God. Are you going to be in Black Temple tonight, DM, or no? Yeah, exactly 2 hours from now. We should have like nearly the full group this time. Instead of having 16 of our guildies, we'll have like 20-ish. Rax is definitely guilty. I was going to say I have literally never been in trouble my entire life. I guess the most in trouble I've ever been is I got a ticket on New Year's Eve for speeding. I was doing 34 miles an hour in a 25 zone, but I wasn't even in a residential zone. I was on like a main street. I was spending New Year's with my girlfriend and her parents that lived in like this weird area. When I was driving home, there was pretty much nobody driving. It was really late. And I was going 34 miles an hour. There's no speeding signs, speed limit signs that I could see. And lo and behold, this particular area of town is labeled as a historical district. So the speed limit is 25 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, like, I'm not from around here. Sorry, I was going a colossal 34 miles an hour. My bad, dude. Of course. Special historical district or some shit. I have no idea. So that is the most in trouble I have ever been in my life. I was going 9 miles an hour over the speed limit in a historical district. No, they gave me a ticket. No, they gave me a ticket. What you want to know what they had me do? They had me do a sobriety test because it was New Year's Eve. They're like, "Sir, have you had anything to drink?" I go, "No, I've never had anything to drink my entire life. I don't drink." And they go, "All right, sir, well, I apologize, but it's New Year's, so I'm going to have you step out of the car and do the sobriety test." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And they're like, "Do the alphabet backwards." I'm like, ZYXWUTSRQ POMNLJKIHGFEDCBA. I don't even know if I did that right, but either way, he was very impressed. He was very impressed. He's like, "Wow." I'm like, "Yeah, I told you. I never drank ever in my life." He goes, "Okay, well, you were going 9 miles an hour and over, so I'm going to give you a speeding ticket anyway." I'm like, "All right, well, thanks, Satan." That was it. It's very good, though. He clocked me at 34 because he said my ticket would have been double the price if I was 10 miles an hour and over. So I got the 9 to 5 speeding ticket instead of 10 to 19. I'm like, "Oh, wow. I feel way better. Thank you. I'm going to give you a ticket for having shitty rules in your town. Why the fuck can you only go 35 miles an hour down this main road, dumbass? I'm suing your town for being dumbasses." Now, that's not very nice of me, but I really couldn't care less. Did I win? I didn't. I didn't contest it. It wasn't worth it to me. It wasn't that expensive of a ticket. I just paid it. I just paid it. Paid it and move on with my life. That's the most in trouble I've ever been. Certainly this works, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I need to find a checkpoint, go back to the door, right? Walk through the door and then go the other way. Yes, the other Rushmore thing is doors. Yes. 100%. So it's, guys, earlier we made the Mount Rushmore of worst mechanics ever in an ARPG. What are the worst things that have ever been in any ARPG? And this is what we came up with. Let me see if I can remember all 4 of them. Doors. Just a door. that you have to stop and open and then walk through. The top 4 worst things. Doors. On death effects. Kill a monster, surprise, big attack, I win. Doors are kind of in the same thing as levers and elevators, similar concept. Same kind of idea there, same mechanic, really. Forced RP, that's another good one. That wasn't in the list. Let's see, it was doors. Realm Walkers. Guys, Realm Walker was so good they used it twice. So on death effects, I think one of the ones that we had were just slows in general, but that's not as good as the other 3. And then of course, a hard CC attached to a basic movement ability. The fact that this game hard CCs you for multiple seconds for tripping while sprinting. Gotta be in the Mount Rushmore. Standing still in circles. Delayed loot drops. Forced RP. Very, very good. Oh, reflected damage. Reflective damage was the other one. Yeah. In PoE 1, they literally just said reflects 10% of elemental damage. So it's either you don't do that damage and it does nothing, or it insta kills you. It's like giga horrendous. That was the Mount Rushmore of worst mechanics of all time. What about the Abyss pullout method? You know, I don't actually fault them. I don't fault them for putting that. It's exactly what Jonathan said when I talked to him about it. I completely agree with him. It was a very cool Easter egg design-wise to discover it. But then once people discover it, you need to remove it from the game. Because then when you purposely play around that mechanic, what is going on? I was completely CC'd. What just happened there? Did you hear? Could you hear how many times I hit dodge roll? What was crowd controlling me there? The whirlpool? I don't even know what crowd controlled me there. The air? Yeah, I wasn't tripped. Is there a reset coming next week? I would say certainly not, because they would have announced it, right? They're not going to give us that short of a notice. So next week, definitely not. I'll take 12% more damage. Oh, that's a spirit gem. So now I can equip a bunch of these things. Nice, nice. 2,096 damage, boys. We're getting there. So DM can't stream for 10 days because he had jury duty. Did I hear that right? Dude, you want to know what I just realized? I just thought of this. That's like the greatest excuse a streamer could use to take a vacation. They could just say, oh, I have jury duty, guys. I'm not saying that DM did that. Or did he? You had jury duty for a month? If you can't make a certain jury duty date, can you instead defer your jury duty to like a later date? And you say, hey, I can't make this trial, but I could make one at a later date. Is that something that could happen? Or no? It depends on the state.
A solid gold baby. Had a dream like this one.
It has to be random so you do not rig a jury. I mean, right, but for example, I mean, I don't think the government would care about it, but I'd be like, I said I was streaming every day for 10 years, and I am 7.5 years into my commitment. Can I be eligible for jury duty in 2.5 years? Is that something that could happen? I would just ask them, like, I don't care what the rules are. I just go talk to him, see if I could move it. Can't you get out of jury duty very easily anyway? You just go in and they ask you some basic questions, and there's way you can Google it. There's ways to get out of it. All you do is say you're super racist and super sexist, and you cannot have a fair opinion. I grew up in a very racist environment. I hate everybody. And they're like, okay, well, we're not picking that guy. It's like, okay, back to PoE. Is there any chance of Diablo 5 at BlizzCon 2026? Well, I don't technically know anything, so I guess I'm free to share. I'm free to share with you what I know because nobody actually told me anything, so I don't actually know. So I will actually just tell you everything that I know. So, major credit to both Blizzard and Grinding Gear Games. Both of them pretty vehemently asked me if I would please come to BlizzCon and ExileCon, so I'm very honored that they invited me. I'm not going to either of them, but I'm flattered, so that's amazing from them. Blizzard asked me like I'm not even kidding, like 8 or 9 times. I can't see the fire and I'm slowed. Okay, still alive. So, 1 second here. So they asked me 8 times, and they
Vile ingenuity never ceases to amaze me.
let's see, I want to choose my words very carefully here. In fact, I'm not gonna say it. Let's just say they invited me 8 different times. Let's just leave it at that. And finally, after about the 8th time that they invited me, I asked them, I said, do you guys have like some kind of mega announcement coming? Like, I know you guys like me, but what's with the, why do you guys want me to come so bad? And they said, like they should have, they said, we can't tell you anything, but yes, there are going to be mega announcements. And I said, interesting. I'll think about it. But then I said no. So, you can take that for what it's worth, but according to Blizzard, there are going to be some mega announcements at this BlizzCon. Oh. Maybe this is a... Again, maybe this is a very, very, very bad attitude, but I've been so unimaginably disappointed by the recent seasons of Diablo 4. They're going to need to do something incredible to, I think, captivate a lot of the audience, man. Because if they announce, a new expansion with Bale or Diablo and a new class coming that you can play right now, I don't think that's even close to enough. Like, I don't know. I don't know what they would have to announce to actually get me super excited about D4. Like, I don't even know what it could be. I have no idea. I need decks is what I need. Oh, God.
Let's try something else.
There we go. I don't know. What I'm hoping for is probably not what the average person is looking for, I guess. I don't care about any like individual announcement. Like, I don't care about this feature is coming, X feature is coming, or Y feature is coming. What I would care way more about is, hi guys, our seasons have sucked mammoth cock. And we have a completely new system where the seasons are actually going to add completely new features to Diablo 4, which are very well designed and thought out and actually add something to the game. Like that, with no actual announcement of something that's launching today, would be 100 times better to me than we're giving you this one thing you've been asking for 3 years. I don't think many people feel that way. I don't think people are excited about the same things. Okay, so I'm dead. Blow up grenade that I shot pleased and kill them all. I don't know where my grenade went. I shot a grenade before I rolled in there. So that's what I would ask for, but if they announce another paid thing that has cool features and a new class, that's going to be a mega snooze fest to me. And maybe that makes me a bad fan. Maybe that makes me a shitty fan of the franchise. I don't know, but all right, here we have really nothing that I need. Let's take the exalts, I guess.
Need more time. Need more time. Simple enough. Not yet.
Level 3 support gem. I guess we take that. Need to get my pet in here.
Halt! Your rampage ends here!
Don't worry. This is all just a misunderstanding.
Which one of you activated the gate? Which one of you is a Val blood?
Why, that was me, of course. I am Alva the Lion, treasure hunter extraordinary.
Take her! Bring her to Doriani. As for you, I will pay back.
Try this on for size.
You will fall before us!
Need more time.
Need a sec.
I rolled way too early and I was in hit recovery or dodge roll recovery. I didn't realize she was doing her ultimate attack there. I rolled I rolled 1,000 years too early. I thought she was doing another normal Jim Bob shot. Oh, how wrong I was.
Need more time.
You will fall before us.
Okay, I went from that to killing her in 8 seconds. And now her Jim Bobs aren't attacking me? Okay, that's great. Is there an early guide for this build? That's what I'm making right now, so I don't have it created yet. But that's what I'm making right now. That was a really bad roll by me.
This is a place of death dressed up in bright colours.
Okay, we have the heart here. You want to know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we don't level as a Gemling Legionnaire. Because I don't even know if... I'll have to look. I don't even know if the next Ascendancy is going to help us that much. Okay. Now we need to find out where the heart is. I don't want that. This is a dead end. Okay. I wonder how my oil grenades are like detonating themselves. Cuz I'm not detonating them. They're like there that didn't like something is causing them to auto detonate. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I love it. Is it the pet? I mean, maybe. Proximal tangibility, haste, and haste aura and evasive. We're looking for the stabby McStab. If I was a stabby McStab, where would I be? If I was a stabby McStab, where would I be? Ow. If I was a stabby McStab, where would I be?
Dirty and disgusting, not glorified.
Stab. Now we have 4 passives. That's beautiful. So I'm guessing we go Dex, damage, 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 damn. Okay, not passive ones. Okay. Very good, very good, very good. Okay. And Doriani time. How's my lightning res? 28%. Oof. Why are we back on PoE 2? There's just nothing else out that's super exciting, and we have a lot of guides to make in PoE 2. Support gem level 4. I'll take that.
Intruders here? What of Nahuatzi? I see. No mercy then. Kill him on sight.
Okay, let's go up here.
Clever bridge.
Fool! There is no time for this. Exile will soon commune with the beast.
Okay, let's go in here. Let's go in here.
Stop this at once. I take no pleasure in harming one of my own. But if you persist,
This guy's trying to hide from me.
what I must.
We'll let him live. He deserves it. He did a good job dodging stuff. Okay. Alright, here we go. Doriani. I do like Grim Dawn. It is a fun game. Okay, so let's pull up a replay of this. Let's see what Grinding Gear Games thought just happened here. Let's look at this death. Let's look at this. So if I go forward here, so Doriani starts casting a Kamehameha, and he casts it this way, right? He casts it this way, and I'm standing here, and I died, right? Oh, okay. Let's refresh. Let's see this. I want to, yeah, okay. So how am I dead here? Okay, so Doriani's in the corner. Okay, shooting him. He's trying to do a good attack. I roll to the left, and I'm dead. Big cast. I see the cast, so I roll away from it. I roll perpendicular to the cast. There's some kind of bomb here that 100 owed me that I can't see in my fire, I guess. This beam is not hitting me. This don't seem to be hitting me. There was a bomb here under my fire that I couldn't see that hit me for 99% of my health. And then a second bomb underneath him. Okay. At least the Kamehameha didn't kill me. I was going to say, I literally just roll away from it. I was gonna say, what? There's no way that killed me, but I guess there was a bomb underneath my fire that I couldn't see. Yeah, it's under my fire, so I couldn't see it. Okay, well, it's a better result than I thought it was gonna be. Wait a minute, I don't understand. Am I killing myself? What just happened to me? What? Am I killing myself with my own bombs? Let's see this one. But I've never died to Doriani ever on any character ever. This guy's the easiest boss ever. I go under him. Oh. When he ported, he put a bunch of little red bombs in the air. Here, look, it's right here. These two little red floaty bomb things. He put 100 little floaty red bombs there. What? Those are literally my first two deaths, I think, ever to Doriani on any character ever. I've never died to this guy. Let's stay the fuck away from him. Let's stand where I can see the ground. Okay, this is exactly what we didn't want. We didn't want the lasers. Okay, those are the red bombs that killed me last time. Let's activate these things and get away from them. Okay, here we go.
You know why we're here! It happened! It cannot be stopped!
I will succeed. I cannot allow you to interfere.
Just here for the lady. There's no need for all
I've been preparing for you for years. The end of the world is nigh. I've had enough.
You want to know what it could be? I just thought of. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that I have a pet here, because I usually don't have a pet for this boss. I wonder if that has something to do with it. All of my good grenades are on cooldown. Okay. I guess you can, in this build, you can never get close to Doriani because you won't be able to see very well through the fire. So I guess you just stand far away. I wanted to stay close to make him like melee me so he would stand still so my grenades would hit him, but I guess it's just not worth it.
People cannot be saved. History is already written. You can
Try to watch my YouTube video for Plant Druid Leveling Guide and it's unavailable. Rax Plant Druid Leveling Guide.
Do know of a way to contain the beast.
Best you start.
Hi everyone, it's Rax.
My friend here is
I
exactly
just opened it, buddy. What? It's not working? I just opened it.
If only I had more time.
So will you? It's settled.
Well, it's my flash grenades setup. I haven't really invested much into it. All I'm doing on flash grenades is multi-shot and elemental armament. But maybe I should do something with, maybe I should do something more with stuns.
Just
Now
do
then,
your job.
it is time we
I'm
depart.
fine.
Activate the portal. We will see about it.
What is happening?
It begins.
What do we do? Help me get us through the gate!
You went back to Plant Daddy and got a headhunter? Oh yeah. When you start stealing all of their affixes, you become a god.
Oh, good. It's a long journey.
Doriani has one.
All right, Act 4.
The time is of the essence.
We have 0 survivability and 0 resistances, but we're here. Should probably invest something into my gear. That would probably be a good idea. Tame Beast requires what? 42.3%.
Let's have a look then.
This is much better than mine. Let's see if we can get some movement speed going here. Nope. Of course not. This is a lot more life. Maybe we go like that. I don't know. Trail Rax? What? Trail. The trial, you mean? Oh, to go get my ascendancy? Yeah, we gotta go do that. The trial, you mean?
Some things.
Don't need this. The trial. Right.
Well, what can I
Yeah, we gotta go do that. Oh, Stellar Amulet. This could be really good. Life resistances, $5 attributes. We take those. Okay, I just gained 100 life. Not bad. Still don't have any movement speed on my boots, which makes me big mad. I'm not even using my third... Bro, I'm not even using my third socket on my oil grenade. God, I'm dumb. Pop in some runes. Yeah, we should. I don't have any artificer orbs, though. That's a good idea, though. You're right. Why are there 40k on PoE 1 and 20k on PoE 2? Because PoE 1 just had a new league launch. That's why. They had a new league launch. Alright, guys. I'm probably going to hang it up here. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I appreciate you. That was super fun. I pretty much have what I need for this build, I think. We'll play it maybe one more day, and then I can write my build guide, and then I think we go Essence Drain Contagion. Or if I'm sick of playing this, we might go Essence Drain Contagion tomorrow. Let's throw right over to my buddy Karn. Thanks so much for being here, guys. Appreciate you. Yeah, spam. Yeah, the no way emote. God, that one's good. Have a great night, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Mercenary.
That'll go down well here.
Interesting leveling class. Good night, guys. By the way, Judo, Bayardine, and Kuno, thank you so much for the subs. 267-month subs. 6-7. Jesus. 67 months at T3. This guy is an actual